Hi there, I'm Cheese and this is SVS Basics. SVS, also known as Server vs. Server, is a competitive event where players compete for leaderboard placement between two servers. The more points you put down in the corresponding event, the higher the leaderboard placement you will achieve. So let's quickly go over what events will be on each day and how to score points. Each day will have different ways to generate more points using multipliers and class skills, or simply by saving over the course of the week. Monday, Build Day. On build day, you'll be tasked with generating points by increasing your building levels. Certain buildings will give more points than others, and higher builds will give more points than lower builds. Certain class features will also change the speed at which you upgrade buildings, and building time isn't taken into account when calculating score for each upgrade. So you'll want to do the most with the least amount of time taken to save yourself some speed ups. It's also important to mention that post Lord 25, you'll want to keep build day to 6 shell maximum, as you'll eventually run out of buildings, and this is the most efficient strategy to keep your remaining buildings rolling in. Tuesday, Gathering Day. Gathering Day's aim is fairly straightforward. You'll be tasked with gathering materials from resource nodes. The more materials you gather, the larger your score. Gathering boosts can be used during this event in combination with class features to get a bigger score by collecting more resources in a shorter amount of time. It's also important to note that you can start gathering the day before or even 2 days before in some cases, so on Sunday evening, and then you'll get 9 shell very quickly by bringing your gatherers in 30 minutes after reset when gathering day officially starts. Wednesday, Evolution. On Evolution Day, there is going to be specific evolutions that you'll want to focus on, and I'm sure there's other guides out there for what to upgrade first, where you should and shouldn't be using your creature remains. Certain evos will give more evolution points than others, and the more creature remains you use, the more points you'll earn. Score is purely based on power earned and creature remains used. Don't waste your creature remains, they will be important for your future growth. Thursday, Alpha Growth. This is going to be my personal favorite day of the week. Alpha Growth Day is going to be your opportunity to stack diamonds and resources and speed ups for the rest of the week. Instead of focusing purely on SVS daily, here you're going to space it out every other hour in sync with your tribal actions. It's cheap, you get a lot out of it, and it's great for generating everything you'll need to max out for the rest of the week. Alpha Growth Day generates score by upgrading your alphas via EXP and hunting, and using mystic crystals. You'll also generate a lot of points using eggs and hatching new alphas. Don't forget to redeem your alpha essence to generate a few extra mystic crystals. Friday, Beast Hatch. Beast Hatch Day is focused on filling out marches by hatching as many new beasts as you can. The higher tier of beast you hatch, the more points you'll earn. Now, if you're like me, this might sound a little confusing because I constantly seem to confuse beasts and alphas in my head. So let's take a quick look. You'll find beasts inside layers, herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. The more of these beasts you summon over the course of this day, the better. It's also important to try and stick with the corresponding tribal actions for this day as well, as it can be a substantial source of diamonds and resources. Saturday, Choice Day. Choice Day can be one of the trickier days to generate points, as you'll always be taking away from another day, making a sacrifice to score on this day as well. Eventually, I'm sure there will be an event on Friday that will cause us not to be able to pre-gather for Choice Day, if we choose to pre-gather for Choice Day. A lot of people split their Beast Hatch Day across 2 days, for Friday and Saturday, because during Alpha Growth Day, you'll find yourself generating a ton of summoning speed ups. At the end of the day, you'll just have to review the rewards and drawbacks for yourself on this day and make an assessment, the cost plus rewards, and find out what you want to do. Sunday, Elephant Hunt / Warzone Invasion. So on Sunday, there's 2 options in the title. This is because they alternate weekly, so let's call it Week A and Week B. Week A will have Elephant Hunt. This is an event where you'll be tasked with hunting an elephant herd and scoring points via hitting the elephant herd as hard as you can. The higher you hit, the bigger the score. It's fairly straightforward. The aim of the game is to increase your troop attack on PvE to increase the score on this day. Some important things to note for this day: attack buffs and class features for Raider apply to this day as far as I'm aware, so don't forget to use your boosts. Now, onto Week B. This is a more interesting event and will take substantially more time. Warzone Invasion. The aim of this event is to either kill as many troops from the enemy server as you can, or to collect as many resources on the enemy server as you can. It's super important to note that you should not collect resources on your home server during this day. You will more than likely be attacked and your troops killed. Many servers do away with nap procedure during this day as to not give away free points to the enemy server. So, the final thing I want to cover about Sundays is you can additionally score points by upgrading your Mega Beasts, combining Mega Beasts together and increasing your star level. Different colored Mega Beasts, with orange being the best, will give different amounts of points, as well as summoning Mega Beasts and generating worms in your worm farms. Multipliers. Now, with the different days covered, let's talk about multipliers. There's a few different multipliers to consider when covering SVS. We will start with class features. For PvP and PvE events, you'll want different class multipliers. Some examples of this are going to be Collector. You'll be able to carry more as well as gather faster as a Collector. As an Invader, you'll get a multiplier to your attack and defense of your marches, as well as a higher troop load when invading and looting resources from other players. And finally, as a Developer, you'll get a defense bonus when being invaded. The final multiplier I'm going to cover is Epic Raspberries. 4 normal raspberries become 1 advanced raspberry, otherwise known as Epic Raspberries. Epic Raspberries are a direct score multiplier for SVS. It's important to pop an Epic Raspberry every time you're going to be scoring SVS points. So right before you bring in your gathering troops, right before you build, do Evo, hatch, or even hit Elephant Herd. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, and even subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time. This has been SVS Basics. Bye-bye.